Hello everyone, Andrew Reiner here with a video that we usually don't do. We're doing a tutorial video for Fallout 4 to show you how to build settlements. I got Matt Burtz here to kind of help out here.
Yeah, this is a kind of a necessary video because, you know, as we were playing through this early part of the game, Bethesda doesn't really hold your hand. So it's kind of useful to just see how some of the basics work.
So you get some basic tutorial screens, but not a lot in terms of showing you how to do the little things that you need to gather resources and create electricity and stuff like that. So what we have here is I brought up our kind of build menu, and you do most of your stuff from here. So anything you see in your environment, you could scrap for base parts. So here, a maple tree will give me 20 wood. And you can just kind of go through the environment and just kind of pick what you want. You know, just stuff that's kind of old cars, stuff like that. You know, even one of Dogmeat's houses you can get rid of if you want to be cruel. Anything can be broken down to its base components very quickly. This system works very well. There are even houses that you can get rid of to create bank slates for you, where you can build your own new settlements like this one that I created here. You can see I even put a basketball hoop up here. Nobody's used it yet, but I'd like to think that they are.
I don't think that's going to get you a HGTV show. I mean, your architecture work.
Right.
It's pretty rough.
So one of the things here is you're going to want to build generators. You do that through the power area here, but everything's going to need to be wired to a certain degree. Your turrets won't need to be. They kind of run on their own for your defenses. But to wire something, you stay in this build menu, and then it's as simple as attach wire. And then you just loop it over to what you need. So, you know, I got a couple things here I can do. This tower as well for communication. But you can see here there's a light bulb here. And the weird thing is, it took me a while to figure this out, that you don't actually have to wire electricity over to light bulbs. It is a radial thing. So if you're near a power generator, that will automatically work for you. So you can see the light is on. It's not night here. But one thing to look at is what it produces. So you have a generator here that gives you 3. This requires 1. So you kind of got to like play off of how many generators you're going to need. So if you don't have enough power generating for certain things, what is he doing up there? You won't be able to create it, right? The other thing is assigning people to gardens and stuff like that. So I have a big area here where people are harvesting food and all this stuff. And what you need to do is, again, in this build menu, if you're not in this build menu and you go to talk to one of your settlers, they're just basically going to say, how are you doing? And bring up like their trade menu and stuff like that. What you need to do, again, is go into your menu and go to command by hitting A button on Xbox One, and then tell them that you want them to assign them to something. So I want you to harvest this stuff here. The building functionality is very easy, but it can be a little finicky at times. So if you go into furniture, you know, you can easily put stuff on the ground, use the shoulder buttons to rotate. And it's simple as red or green. So green means you can place it. Red means you can't. So that's very simple. Same as hanging beautiful pictures like this cat here. That is all handled very simply. And, you know, it's a lot like that Fallout Shelter game on mobile where you keep an eye on who's coming in and happiness. You're going to need recruiting towers to bring people in. That's what this thing is here.
And the workshop menu will tell you what you need to grow more, right?
Yep. And to really take advantage of this, I'm going to go into the perk menu here. You're going to need to be able to have your leadership skill high enough where you can build workstations at other settlements. So you're going to need at least, I think it was 5 or 7 here in charisma to be able to open this up. So if you really become vested in this, you're going to need this perk. You saw my list of all those other settlements to be able to bring stuff like that. Water is as simple as just putting in a water pump. But if you want to do something big with water, you're going to need to find a water source like a river like this settlement has. And you're going to want to have a huge water pump out there in the water that you can build and really keep your people happy. And you can build, this was a blank slate here before, I built this settlement here, and it's kind of cool. You'll see your workers come in here and you actually use the stuff. You know, you need to build beds. Every person that comes in, you're going to want a bed for, and that's very simple. So here's a nice water source for you to use. Let's see if I can build it here. I might not have enough resources at this point in the game, but we have, go into the resources menu here. And anytime you pick up food, you can plant that, by the way. So if you have any of this stuff, you could just start planting it and assigning people. I would try to keep it all in one area. I like keeping my world kind of organized. But you can have people come over and harvest this stuff for you. And then water. So you have your basic water pump. I don't have enough to build it, but you'd put this out here. And then it requires 5 power. So that small generator will take care of that. And that gives 40 for your people. Again, you need science level 1. So to do some of this stuff, you really got to sacrifice a lot of your perks. That's one of my problems with the game, is that I'm trying to build an awesome warrior, but at the same time, you really got to veer off that beaten path to do these other things. Anything else, Bertz, that you want to add here?
No, I think you covered the basics. I mean, it's just harvest everything. What I like to do when I'm going into a new location is I basically drop everything with the non-essential, so I have a lot of room to carry stuff. And then I grab every single thing. Even like aluminum cans come in handy big time when you get back to your base, because you can strip it down to the core components, and that's the stuff you use to build some of the more kind of nuanced developments, like a power generator or a water purifier. So definitely load up, and don't forget you can load up your companion too. If you bring a companion with you, they have a lot of storage space that you can just offload stuff to.
And that is pretty complete. If you have any other questions for us, leave them in the comments on YouTube or GameInformer.com. But hopefully this helps you out in figuring out how to get this part of the game going very quickly, as it took some of us some time here. And it was kind of cool seeing a lot of game critics like talking privately about this part of the game because it wasn't described very well. But it can be very cool and rewarding once you really grasp it and see what it has to offer. So thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you again.